I am having an amazing conversation here with my host here today, Ria del Mar. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Cristina.
Ria is a local Miami singer and songwriter.
Correct. Yep.
And we're so happy to have you here today. Tell us a little bit about how you're from and born and raised here in Miami.
Yep.
Where'd you go to high school? Tell me a little bit about.
Born and raised, yes, born and raised in Miami. My father's Colombian, my mom is Cuban. I went to my parents worked so hard. They put me through private school, and so I went to like St. Agatha, St. Louis, Holy Cross Academy, great school. It closed down though, and then I also went to St. Brennan High School. And then I went to Miami-Dade, like the American Dream Scholarship, got my AA, and then I transferred to FIU. And I actually just graduated from FIU.
Congratulations. Talking about private school, you kind of grow up in a bubble when you're in a private school.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the sacrifices my parents made for me until I went to college. Because there, everyone's like, if I don't make my good grades, I'm going to lose my scholarship. And I'm like, doesn't everyone's parents pay for college? And
well, no,
like, no.
My parents worked hard. Like, it wasn't like
too.
money falling from the trees. Like,
right.
I know the value of $1.
Yeah.
I started working at 16 as well, and I always wanted to have nice things. And that's why I work hard to this day. And my father, I think the main thing that molded me and is going to be that fact that my father was always like, read these books. And he always was very pressing on reading the books. When you get older, you're gonna need this. You're gonna need this. So he planted that seed.
That's so good.
And it grew into the most extravagant tree. It's beautiful and it's going to continue. It has to be watered. Otherwise it'll die. You can't just like read a book once and that's it. You have to keep sharpening the saw, as Stephen Covey says.
Yeah. I love that book too. Stephen Covey. That was a very impactful book.
People. Yeah. And as an artist, if it wasn't for these books that I read, if it wasn't for the seminars and the podcasts that I listened to, how can you make it as an artist when you don't know how to brand yourself, sell, you know, your music? How do you connect if you don't have any skill sets to connect with people? So my father taught me that. So I did go in a, like you said, in a bubble in private school. Yes. But sports, having extracurricular activities, you meet different people, and you have a competitive mindset. You know how to take a hit and you know how to get back up again. You don't, just because you lose a game or you lost, you didn't get first place. I did competitive cheer for 14 years. Just because you lost, you get back up again, and that's life. So I did grow up in that bubble, but it made me so sweet, and it made me kind, and vulnerability is actually strength. And there's certain things that I was taught in these Catholic private schools that are golden nuggets that stay with me, because you have to have that strength and you have to have the mindset to make it in the music industry, because it's business basically. And then I also have the heart of someone that actually cares about the person that's next to them. And that gets you so far when you can build relationships and keep them.
I love hearing this. Yeah. I mean, similar. It's just, I grew up in a bubble and I thought everyone has the same things. It's the immaturity thing. And then when you go to college and you're away from that privilege circle, you realize how lucky and how hard your parents work to give you what you have.
I love my parents so much.
I do too.
They did such a good job.
They did.
No family's perfect.
No.
No family's perfect, but you don't choose your parents, you don't choose your family. So I don't care about the imperfections. I focus on what is beautiful. I focus on that I'm loved. Even if it's not perfect all the time. My parents are beautiful, and I'm loved at the end of the day, and that's so beautiful.
And that's obviously what's made you flourish and have the courage, because I wanted to talk. This is what I want to talk about, because I think it takes a lot of courage for anybody whenever you're at a bar, restaurant, any place, and you see someone stand up on a stage and sing into a mic, and it's just like, there for everyone to see and talk or
make it look easy.
And make it look easy. It takes courage. How do you do that? How does this process begin?
Man, this is such a good question. Like, people are like, how do you do it? Like, you're so confident. Yeah. Well, I just decided to be confident. Like, you have to, what I do, and I think sports helped me a lot with this, and I will never forget this moment. Like parents, like if you have a daughter or son that like wants to be a superstar or something.
I have a daughter.
Yeah, you definitely want to start them young and make it like it's not a big deal to perform in front of people. So I was, with my cheerleading background, I will never forget, I was 5 years old or 6 years old, and I was cheering for the Colts right there in Miami, Boys and Girls Club on Kendall Drive. Right by the Baptist Hospital.
I'm not from Miami.
Okay. Miami girl over here. So anyways, I'll never forget this image. So there was red curtains, and I'm in my position, right? I'm in a line with all the other girls in the cheerleading team, and there's these big red curtains, and I'm like, okay, I'm in my position, ready, and then I practice for this routine, and all of a sudden the curtains just open wide. And I see rows, a huge stadium full of people. And I had to make a choice. I wanted to turn around and run for the hills. Like, whoa, this is so many people. Like, I'm supposed to dance in front of all of them and do everything. Like, how do I focus? It's too much. So I remember that was a defining moment in my life. I wanted to, out of bed, I couldn't. I had to just look at fear in the eye.
Yeah.
And go right. Just face it. Like, this is fear. I'm looking at you. I know fear. I know what you are. And I'm looking right you in the eyes, and now you're not scared anymore. Like, I'm staring right back at you, fear. Like, just stare it in the face and just dive into the cold water. Don't go in slowly. Just dive in and just do it. And then now one of the skill sets that I acquired too while performing in front of a lot of people is, and caring about the person next to you, this kind of has to do with it. I care about the person I'm singing to. Like, I'll look at you, and I really care about making sure you're going to enjoy it. I want to move your soul. I want you to feel something. Music is supposed to take you somewhere. It's like, that's my service to you. Like if you have a business and you like your product or you like your service, you sell more, and you're profitable and you're prosperous because you're caring about the customer's experience. So that helps me too. It's not like it's not about me. It's like me. No, what are you doing? What's your motive? Like, what's your goal? To make this customer, to make this fan,
to make this
have
audience
an amazing experience. So when you focus on the other, you will be prosperous in whatever it is that you do, in your marriage, a relationship, and a friendship, in your business. And it takes the fear away.
Yeah.
But you do have to look at it. And the nerves never go away, by the way. It every time I'm about to sing or go on a show or do something, or you have to meet people and whatever, you're about to go into a networking event, you have to put on a show.
Yeah.
When you're going to do a sales presentation, you're going to put on a show. Even as a waiter or waitress, you're putting on a show.
Yeah.
And you have to just look at it in the face, stare at fear, and get your nerves, but then power through.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a beautiful thing. And you focus on the other.
Band-Aid.
Focusing on the other.
Yeah. What do you remember your first show?
I think, actually. Okay, I do. I used to recite poetry, like growing up and stuff like that. Yeah. And but when I was in 8th grade, this is like the first time it was like really just only me singing, not karaoke, singing with the family.
Right.
I was in after school one day, after school care. My mom was running late to pick me up, and there was a bunch of kids like practicing lines to audition for the Christmas play. And I was with my friend, and we were so bored. We're like, why don't we just, what the hell? Let's just go audition for fun. Like, we were kind of like making fun of all like these kids, like so acting, and like they were like, it was just funny, like to see like how passionate they were and everything. But so we're like, okay, we did it as a joke. And they asked in the audition, they asked me to sing. And I was like, okay, so I sang Teardrops on My Guitar by Taylor Swift. And all of a sudden the next day I got the leading role.
Did you?
I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was the only one in the play that I sang Silent Night at the Christmas play. Because I sang Silent Night, people were talking about it. They're like, was that a CD playing? Because none of the other kids sang in the Christmas show, but I actually sang, and there was people coming up to me, was that a CD or was that you? And everyone's like, Maria can sing. And then the principal was so upset that I wasn't in the choir. I tried out for the choir, and I'll never forget my music teacher. He's like, you're too chatty. You're talking too much. You don't take this seriously. You think you think this, you don't belong here. And he kicked me out. And that's like one of my stories. I didn't make it in middle school. I didn't make it in elementary. I didn't make it in high school. It's like, but like Michael Jordan didn't make the team. You know what I mean? Walt Disney was told that he wasn't creative enough.
Right.
What is the other one? Like not Jeff Bezos. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Like he wasn't. You know what I mean? So I didn't make the cut. The principal was so upset that I was on the choir. Every 8th grade mass, the final mass of the 8th grade, mass, we have to sing. There's an 8th grader that sings a whole beautiful song. They chose me to sing that song too. And imagine how the other girl was, that she was in choir the whole time. And they didn't give it to her. They gave it to me. And then at the 8th grade graduation, the principal wanted me to sing a Celine Dion song to the parents, like the farewell. And like all the 8th graders, oh my God, it was like all from one thing.
Yeah.
But God does alignments like that. And then I'm like, you know what? I am a singer. I'm a singer. I write music since I was 8. Clearly I'm good because they're bending everything. The world is conspiring to have me be a singer. The universe is bringing it to you. Yep. So that's how I got started. That was the first time I like really sang.
I love this story. So what advice would you have to a young person that's wanting to start in this journey of singing for a living? Yep. What is the biggest advice you have?
So if you have like a kid that's writing music, like I started writing music at 8 in a little book. Like when I figured out like rhyming, oh my gosh, the best thing ever. To this day, I just want to be in my diary, or like not my diary, my journal or my notes, and I want to write music. So if you have a kid that wants to do it, you have to like really support them, put them in music lessons. If they get frustrated, just teach them patience. Like it's worth it. And you have to support them, and as a kid, if sometimes your parents are not going to support you, like they don't want you to be a singer or like a model or something. They want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, mathematician, scientist working in a nice office. Like that's how it was for me. But
I tell my daughter, you would be a vet.
A veterinarian. That's what you tell your daughter. Yeah. Like you have to, so, and that's not the best thing, because the more that they start becoming their identity, like I created this Ria del Mar person, and as parents, you really don't, the first thing is not to support your kids if they want to be a singer. That's like, I was told it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. So as a kid, you have to have faith in yourself. Yeah. You have to believe in yourself so much that you get your parents on board. Yeah. That you get the people around you on board. Yep. And they start saying, oh, when they ever think of a singer that they know, oh, I know a singer, it's my friend or it's my daughter. Yeah. But I had to sell my parents on the fact that I'm a singer and I'm good. And after a while, and they would come to my performances like, oh my God, yeah, like that's my daughter. She's a singer, High five. Oof, COVID. No high fives with COVID, but yeah, the air fives. But you have to believe in yourself in order to get someone else to believe in you.
It's so true. How has, now that everything has been shut down, how has pursuing this dream been during COVID?
I am so, like with COVID, I haven't been able to sing for like 9 months.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This month, finally, I started getting gigs again. Yeah. I've already sang 3 times, but I made an album, I just worked in the studio nonstop and I released it in September. That's great. Okay. And then now in January, I'm releasing a single. And during COVID, I made many songs that are going to be for my next album, which will be released in the summertime.
What is the name of your first album?
The first album is Any Day Now. Any Day Now means a couple things. Okay. It started first with Any Day Now, I'm going to be this major superstar and it's going to happen. I'm going to make it big. Like, I'm going to get a record label and any day now. And I tell myself that any day now, I'm going to get this dream. And I feel like I'm living it already. But any day now also meant I was so heartbroken by this guy. And I would say to myself the same thing. Any day now, this heartache will be over. Any day now, I won't feel this pain anymore. Yes. So the next album, like that's volume 1, volume 2 is going to be The Day Has Come. And that's supposed to be because I've made it. Yeah. Big. Everyone knows my music. I'm all over.
It's just like you're putting it out there. These are your affirmations.
But this is the belief you have to have in yourself. You demand it, because ask and you shall receive, period. Like God is that good. God. And if you're not spiritual religious, try it out. Yeah. Give it a shot. instead of saying God, put the energy out there, because energy is real. That's science.
It is so real. I have
energy,
girls all the time on here talking about that. Energy is real.
Period. Whether you like it or not, energy is real. There are laws of the universe. Gravity. What comes up will come down. And whether you like it or not.
That it's like, how many times do we think about, oh, I've been thinking about this friend, and 2 seconds later they're calling you.
Yep.
I mean, it's just.
The other day, I tried it out last night, actually. There was like this really, really, really cute guy. And then he was so sweet and he was talking to me. And I go, okay, I'm leaving now. I want him to give me a kiss on the cheek. And so I was like, okay, well, bye. And sure enough, nice little kiss on the cheek. I was like, that's all I wanted. Sometimes I try it out like that. I'm just like, I want to have this little experience. You know, I want this kind of day. Or I want whatever. And then all of a sudden, poof, it's like magic, you know? But you have to believe in yourself so much. I don't even remember your question. We're over here talking about vibes and energy. But
do you do vision boards?
Vision board was too small. I have a vision wall.
Wow.
So on my room, I have an entire wall dedicated, and it's all full of beautiful, positive quotes, like amazing quotes. Like one of the things, I'll share it with you. It says, "Don't treat them as bad as they are. Treat them as good as you are." And that's like from Mother Teresa. Another quote is like "Don't give up," or like "Nobody cares. Try harder." You know, like no one's gonna do anything for you. It's all like, don't blame anything else. You know, it's like those kinds of quotes. You know what I mean? My legacy will be the people I helped, not the amount of money I have. It's like, how many people did you help? How many lives did you change? That's a legacy. It's more important than money. People is way more important than money.
Yeah.
Relationships, your social capital, super crucial.
I have a quote underneath my signature, my work email.
What is it?
Because I sell these cozy products. That's
cozy.
my real job.
You're like a branding herself.
And my quote underneath my signature is, people will not remember what you said. They'll remember how you made them feel.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. That is one of my favorite quotes.
Right?
Love that
so
quote.
True. Because you remember.
So, yeah, absolutely. I do have a vision, not board, wall. And it also has all the places that I want to go visit.
Perfect.
All over. And
it's going to happen.
Just beautiful content. And you have to just drown yourself in that content.
You do.
You have to, because it's so easy to go the other way and be negative, because then you're going to just surround yourself with more negative experiences and people. Yep. You have to cut that out like a cancer. Just cut it out.
It's so true.
Sever it, you know?
It's so true. We were talking about how it's been for you as a singer during COVID, and you were saying, I've been able to focus on writing an album and the name of your album,
and it's made me like for example, this past weekend, right, I had no shows, right? I can tell you that I sang to at least 15 people, like 10 people, let's say 10, each Uber driver. And I did Uber everywhere. Every Uber driver, guess what? Business. I'm branding myself. Okay.
I love it.
You just talk about them. Oh, so how are you? How's your day? What's your name? Da da da. And all of a sudden they're gonna ask you, what about you? Because they're like, man, this person's really nice. They care about me. Yeah. And then they're gonna ask you. And then they're like, oh, I'm a singer. No, oh my God, can I hear your music? And then you get their phone, you put your stuff, you give them your information.
Play my music for other drivers.
I sang to each Uber driver. I think I had like 5 Uber drivers. And then while I was out and about, you socialize with people, you make them feel like sweet and cared for. You look at them in the eyes. Then they're going to ask you, you mentioned you're a singer and songwriter. I sang to my waitresses. I sang to my bartenders. I sang to the people next to me walking in the street. Oh my God, let me get your information. You're amazing. Can I get your music? So with COVID, like as an artist, like don't let anything hold you back. Yeah. Like if you want to sing, damn it, sing. Even if you're singing to one person. This. Oh, the neighbors at the condo I was staying at, last night, I gave them a whole show. They were like this couple right there on the water in Fort Lauderdale, and they were like having the time of their life. They were like dancing, we were romantic, and I was serenading them. And it's like, you as an artist, you're performing everywhere you can.
Have you ever heard of So Far Sounds?
No.
You got to look this up, okay? This was one of the best kept secrets that was growing in Miami. The idea is it's So Far Sounds Miami, and it sounds from a room. How many times do you play in a bar? No one's paying attention, clanking beers. It's private shows. They've been at churches, they've been at somebody's loft, and they pack anywhere from 40 to 70 people in a location. Obviously, it's not happening now, but soon it will be again. And so you need to connect with these people. And they get like 4 other artists, and each artist plays 3 to 4 of their best songs, and they perform it for the crowd. And you have such a diverse crowd, and it's anywhere from super young people to super old people, and they just you have their undivided attention to really perform. It's such a great vibe. And it's anytime I've had people come visit me, I'm like, I'm taking you to a So Far Sounds show. It's like, it's lottery.
Like remote? Oh my gosh, it's a lottery.
It's a lottery. It started in Europe, and they have a So Far Sounds in Fort Lauderdale, and they have one in Miami. And this is how, I don't know because I haven't been to their site during COVID, but they would be like, okay, January 1st, let's say January 15th, we're going to have a show, and it's secret in downtown Miami. And then January 20th, we're going to have one in Pinecrest, and it'll say, in this area of town. And then you put in for the lottery, and like people, you can all register for So Far, and then everyone registers. And then like a week before the show, it's like they email you and they say, okay, you got into the show. Do you want to attend? If you say yes, it's like $10, and they reveal the secret location 2 days before the show.
That is so fun.
It's really cool.
That's brilliant.
But
it's artists. How do they pick the artists?
You just register with them, and they're gonna but they really do such a great job promoting local artists.
Yes, that is so important.
And you would love it because you have such a connection with the audience. You're going to play like your 4 best songs, and they're going to hear you sing, and they're going to, okay, where can we find your music? You're going to have your Instagram, your Spotify, Apple blah, blah, music. Blah. And they're following me. It's just
they will.
Yeah, because you have their undivided, it's not at a bar where no one's really paying attention and you're the background sound, which isn't bad.
That would be awesome. I mean, that sounds like such a brilliant, that's brilliant how they make it
beautiful.
Like that.
And they do it all. And like sometimes there are girls that have been there that live in New York, and then they come to Miami to visit their family during the holidays, and they do a show, a So Far Sound show. Billie Eilish was in So Far Sounds.
So I gotta be there.
Yeah, I'm telling. And every time I've been to one of those shows, I feel like I'm on the cusp of hearing like
the next superstar.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
You got to go on So Far Sounds.
I will.
So look it up.
Thank you so much, Cristina. What the heck
so Ria, where can we find you?
So my Instagram is Ria del Mar Music. I'm on all platforms. So sometimes.
Are you on Spotify?
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
I love
Tidal.
Spotify.
Yeah,
you're on Tidal.
Everywhere. Yeah, there's so many different platforms. I registered with the platform, so I can just be on every single platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of people don't have Apple Music or Spotify. I'm like, no te preocupes, don't worry. So a lot of my Uber drivers are like viejitos. Ay, pero quiero escuchar tu música.
Yeah.
And yo no tengo ese app. I don't have that app.
Yeah.
No te preocupes. Give me YouTube. Yeah. YouTube.
I know YouTube.
And then all of a sudden, they're listening to my music, and I have more and more and more views. It's crazy. That's like great. You just see all the streams. In just 3 months, I had like maybe 7,000 streams. Yeah, it's like. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
A couple of them are mine because even I listen to my own music, but I can't do 7,000.
Tommy, can we hear some of her music, please?
All right, Tommy boy.
This is like a slow intro, so.
Okay.
He said, baby, don't be mad at me. Let's speak softly.
Very soulful. What is the name of this song?
You're forever deserving.
A queen should have her king.
What's the name of this song? Beautiful.
Last night across someone road, it's gonna pass you by.
Beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, very soulful.
Oh my gosh. Soul is like,
And
but that's how you move people.
yeah,
There's
soulful.
so much emotion. I'm telling you, like, I don't cry. These are my tears. This is my passion. Like, I everything. Like, this is my medicine. This is how I heal.
When So Far Sounds comes back, we have to it's such a bummer because one of my favorite things, I love music.
Me too.
And but it's hard to see live music right now.
It really is. And when you get a gig, it's like, oh my gosh, I'll
I
take
can't believe
I'll
yeah.
take anything just to sing. I'm telling you, I'm singing to people on the streets, man. Like this
You
girl has to
gotta
sing.
look up So Far and
Tommy
get
has heard me
connected
sing
with them.
1,000 times.
That's awesome.
Like I have to sing. I have to sing. Like to please let me sing to you. That's all I want to do.
So, all right. So now's the time for my fire questions.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Costco or Sam's?
Costco.
Good. Me too.
Mhm.
What is let's give a shout out to your favorite restaurant in Miami.
Ooh, we went there the other day. Porto Soleil. Porto Soleil.
Where's
it sounds like
that?
Cirque du Soleil. They actually opened the day that Miami shut down because of COVID.
Oh,
And this
poor
restaurant
people.
thrived.
Really?
Yes. And you know what? The culture there is incredible. Like, don't you love it when you go to a restaurant or you're getting service and the person actually wants to serve you?
Yeah.
And like they're happy and they're greeting you and they really care. There's cariño there. So the culture of the restaurant with the service was incredible. It's Italian. The texture of the pasta was so great. Turns out
Where
make it
is this
fresh.
place?
It's in the heart
I'm gonna
of
give
Corrugated.
the address 2530 Ponce. It's just like you know where Booyah is on Andalusia. It's just a block south of there. on
Right in the
Ponce.
heart of Coral Gables, right there, and it's so beautiful.
What's the name of it again?
Porto Soleil.
Porto Soleil.
Porto Soleil.
Shout out to Porto Soleil.
And we met the owner, and they're the ones that invited me to sing. And the owner's wife is turning. I'm not gonna say her age.
Yeah.
She's turning 21 again. and he asked me to sing. And upstairs they have a private room. So if you ever want to have like a networking event,
Yeah.
you want to have a nice intimate, get together. It's
you can be hired for private parties.
Oh no, yeah. And I am not leaving until like the party's over. Like I don't even care.
This.
Like pay me for an hour.
Look at this
I don't
energy.
care. Like that because it's service. It's whatever you do, you have to believe in it and care about the experience,
Yeah.
And I care. Like I don't care if I'm only paid for an hour. I'm not leaving until like if everyone's having a good time and I'm having a good time, I am not leaving. Like, I don't even care if it's for free because that's the money. That's the money.
It's true.
You might not have it there, but you just haven't gotten your paycheck yet.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
So that's my favorite restaurant, Porto Soleil.
Okay. Do you have a favorite podcast you're listening to right now?
Oh, yes, I do, but I have to pick one. Well, now,
you can say more than one.
Well, there's one called Philosophize This, and it's like the guy is incredible. The way he breaks down philosophy, he's brilliant. And I forgot his name right now, but it's called Philosophize This, and he starts philosophy from like the beginning.
Very cool.
And he does it and he explains how like there's travel didn't exist at that time. So how could someone in one side of the world believe in this, for example, energy or a stoic, the life of a stoic, right? And then in China or in Asia, right? There's like the Buddha in Asia preaching some things that are going on in like another part of the world, and there wasn't travel at the time. You know what I mean? So that's Philosophize This, and it's so great to hear the different philosophies. So I like that a lot. It gives me a lot of perception.
Yeah, I love asking and hearing what people are listening to, just because
I have different ones, but yeah, I mean,
Philosophize This
I would say right now is my favorite.
Do you have a book on your nightstand you're currently reading?
I do. It was gifted by my wonderful dear friend Tommy Boy, and it's on my nightstand. It is called The Alchemist.
One of my favorite books of all time. It's a beautiful book. It's a short book.
It's easy to read too,
and the message is amazing.
I'm loving it so far.
Yeah.
I have it actually. I brought it with me from my nightstand. I have it on my purse. So if I have a free moment, why would I open up my phone when I have a beautiful treasure in my hands?
It's a great book. Best kept secret in Miami. Do you have one?
Like a place?
Anything.
Best kept secret of Miami is definitely going to be that you can't go anywhere like you can't just go into Walmart. You can't say, where can I find the shampoo?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to say it in Spanish. Or
Yeah.
you go to the gas station.
Yeah.
You can't say, can I have 20 on number 2? It's like, ¿puedo coger 20? Por favor, el número 2. Because I remember one time they looked at me, they're like, you're Latina.
Yeah.
Like in Spanish, of course. They're like, you're Latina. Why are you speaking to me in English? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to, like, don't even ask. Go to a restaurant in Spanish. They're going to speak Spanish to you.
Yeah.
It's like assumed.
Yeah.
Like, why are you speaking English? This is not America. This is Miami.
So what's your best kept secret then? To speak Spanish?
Yeah. Like learn Spanish or come here to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, Miami for real. Like everyone speaks Spanish.
One of my other best kept secrets besides So Far Sounds is the Virginia Key Outdoor Center.
Oh my gosh. I love Virginia Key. You know, they have a mountain bike trail.
Yes.
In Virginia Key. I love biking.
I haven't done the mountain bike trail, but I think
it's hard.
So I just discovered it this past summer and I didn't know this place existed. And it's just like,
and you can go kayaking there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the kayaking
and they're
experience is
posting all the
incredible.
time right now, all the manatee. So shout out again to Virginia Key Outdoor Center. I love you guys. Ria.
Yeah.
We're going to find you again on Instagram. You can find her on Spotify. And I love your energy. I love the clip of music that I heard. I know we're going to see great things from you.
Thank you.
You're just a beautiful person inside and out. I mean,
you too, sweetie. You too.
So, and next time we can have you again here again, and I can interview you when she's a superstar, and you can say, we saw her here first on Miami Community Newspapers.
Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for seeing me. I thank Tommy like every day. I thank God for him.
He's awesome. We're lucky.
He saw something in me.
Yeah.
He said it was like, how did you say it, Tommy? Like there was the shine, the glitter, the sparkle in my eye. He's like, whoa, this girl had the sparkle.
She does.
I gotta bring her here. And that's all it takes. But how did that happen? By branding yourself, by working on you each and every
believing
day.
in what you're doing.
You don't get it. You don't read a book once, or you don't learn something once and then forget it. You have to continue with your mindset, with your being gentle with yourself, and working on these habits, these successful habits, and branding yourself so much so that you can get an opportunity that Tommy gave me, that you're gonna give me. You know. Aww. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best in this endeavor and this journey. And we will see you again next Monday at 11 o'clock. Bye, Miami.